Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you on board. It's another time with Tutor IoT and Tutor CIT202. And in today's tutorial, it happens to be our very first class on the course CIT202 in the year 2025. And with me today, I have Miss Happiness. Miss Happiness, it's good to have you on board. How are you doing today, ma?
I'm fine, sir.
Awesome. So without further ado, let's go straight into today's class. Now, according to the thumbnail of today's class, it says the genesis of computer. Now, Miss Happiness, I believe you have your writing material with you there, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So when we say the genesis of computer, what are we simply talking about? We are simply talking about the introduction of computer. We want to look at how it started, how it became a thing. Okay, we want to look at the ancestors, the forefathers, the great ancestors of what makes the computer today. Perhaps it might interest you to know that the computer you know today is not the same computer that existed 100 years ago. Do you know that, ma?
No, sir. I didn't know about that too.
Okay. Now this is a very simple comparison. Now, do you know of Lagos? I know you are in Abuja. Do you know of Lagos?
Yes.
Good. Now, can you compare the Lagos of 1960 to the Lagos of 2025?
No.
Even though it's still the same Lagos.
Yes. You can't compare it.
Even though it's okay, no, you cannot compare it. Even though it's the same Lagos, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So why can't we compare the Lagos of 1960 to the Lagos of 2025? The simple answer to that is because over time, a lot of things has changed. A lot of things has evolved. That is exactly what I was referring to when I say considering computer of 100 years ago. You cannot say computer of 100 years ago is the same computer of today. No, because computer has evolved over time. We have seen technology improved. We have seen technology doing good, nice, and better things compared to what technology could offer in 1960. Do you understand that? That is the idea behind what I've just said. Did you get that, ma?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Now look at what it is. Let's pay attention to what I'm about to say, please. It says, a few years ago, computers were easily classified as mainframe, okay, microcomputer, and mini computer. Let's put it this way. A few years ago, computers were easily classified into two. Now, the first one is called the mainframe. Have you written that?
The first one is
Mainframe.
mainframe. Yes, sir.
The second one is mini computer or microcomputer.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, when we say mainframe, okay, mainframe is a type of computer, okay, and according to the name, main, M-A-I-N, mainframe. Mainframe is a combination of two words. We have main as the prefix and frame as a suffix. Now, mainframe computers were physically large. When we say physically large, do you understand what we mean? Hello, ma, are you there?
Yes, sir.
When we say physically large, do you understand what we mean?
Yes. Like,
Can you
like when something that you are seeing with
Good.
your eye, that you
And
are
it's
seeing
very,
and it's very large.
yes, wonderful, and it's very big. Okay, so that is what mainframe is. But mainframe has some kind of specialty. All right. as big as it was, okay, so as it was very powerful. In those days, compare it to other type of computers. So back then, speaking of the genesis of computers, going back to the origin of the introductions of computer, the bigger the computer then, the stronger, the faster, and effective it is. But
Okay.
can you say that that is true now in our own generation?
No.
Good. In our generation now, it's not about the size anymore. It's about the CPU. Whereby in 21st century, in 21st century now, we have computers on our wristwatch, computers on our earrings, computers on our sunglasses, computers on our foot. So it's no longer how big anymore. It's about what is the capacity like? What is the CPU, the central processing unit? What is the capacity of it? Are we together, ma?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So it says that mainframe computers were physically large and powerful system capable of supporting hundreds of users, meaning that more than 100 people can be using this computer at the same time. Okay, so one thing you should understand now about mainframes are physically large and powerful computers capable of supporting hundreds of users. Do you have that?
Can you go down a little so that I can put it down?
Go down. Are you seeing my screen?
I'm not seeing.
Okay, I don't want to actually share the screen because I am recording this class and I'll put it on YouTube. So now let me take it again. I said mainframe computers were physically large.
Where?
Physically large.
Yes, sir.
And powerful system.
Yes, sir.
Capable of supporting hundreds of users.
Capable of supporting
Hundreds of users.
hundreds of users.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So now, that is one thing about mainframe.
Okay.
Now, their RAM, mainframe, because it was big, okay, it has a very large amount of RAM. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you now.
Yes. The storage capacity is also very large because it was big. And what makes a computer is the storage capacity. Even your smartphone, what makes your smartphone is the storage capacity. Have you ever witnessed something like maybe the memory of your phone, like the memory capacity of your phone is getting filled up, and you realize that your phone the
Slow.
performance begins to drop?
Yes.
Why is the performance dropping? Because the phone now it is beginning to take more than what it can handle.
Yes.
Even we as human beings, there's an adage that says, don't have in your mouth more than what you can chew. If you have more than what you can chew in your mouth, it will choke you. Okay, so because of it was big, the memory capacity, which is the RAM, was also very, very big. And that was that is what gave you the edge of being able to accommodate more than 100 users at the same time. So that is that about the mainframe.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Please, at the end of this class, don't forget to drop your notes to your private class. Okay? Use your phone to snap the note and drop it to the private class.
Okay.
Good. So now let's talk about the mini computers.
Okay.
As for the mini computers, you remember we said mini or microcomputers. Wonderful. Yes, mini or microcomputer. Now, as for the mini or microcomputer, they were smaller. Okay? They were smaller and less powerful machines than the mainframes.
They were smaller.
Yes, they were smaller, less powerful machines.
Okay.
They were smaller, less powerful machines than mainframes.
The
mainframes. That was the first one we talked about.
Okay.
But were still multi-user machines.
Were still
multi-user.
Yes, sir.
So even though they were small in size and they were not as strong, all right, their memory capacity was not as strong as those of mainframe, they could still take multiple users at the same time.
I should drop it down, right?
You can take that. You can take that. I was just trying to explain to you, but you can take that nevertheless.
Okay.
Now, let's continue.
Okay.
Now, because they are small in size, their processor is also small in size too. Okay, their processors were also small in size.
Because they were.
Yes, you can put it out like this. Due to their small in size, or due to their small sizes. Due to their small sizes,
okay,
their processors are small. Put it this way, their processors and storage capacities were small. So they were used for mainly games and basic word processing, like typing of documents.
They were
used mainly for games.
For game.
Yes, games and basic word processing.
Okay.
You know, when we say word processing, you understand what we mean by word processing, right?
You said basic processing.
Basic word, W-O-R-D.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, so I asked, do you understand what we mean by word processing?
No, sir.
Do you have a computer, man? Your personal computer?
No, it's desktop.
Is it not your? It's not your own.
Yes.
It's still your personal computer.
Okay.
So when you want to type a document, like you want to edit a CV, you want to type a document, what application, what software do you use, man?
This desktop, I don't understand it. I'm just learning, so I
Okay, that's
don't know much
please. I
about
will
it.
encourage you to. I will encourage you to, in your leisure time, take your time to get familiar with the computer or get familiar with the desktop, as you have called it. Okay. Now, when we say word processing, okay, word processing is basically a software application that allows you to type on your computer. Okay.
Okay.
We have Microsoft Word. What I use now is WPS Office. All right. But some computers we have Microsoft Word. And that is the one that even comes with all the computers. When you go there, it gives you a blank. If you on your desktop now and check, it's on the computer, it's on the desktop. When you go there now, when you switch it on, when you enter into the software, it will give you a blank page, a blank A4 paper, unless if you want otherwise. But the
To
default,
type.
yes, it will give you default a white A4 paper. Then you now begin to type. Then put your headings, put your body, and whatever things you want to use it for. So that process of you typing, having the ability, the opportunity to do all those things you are doing, like you are doing it on your paper, that application, all right, that software is called
Yeah.
a word processing. So it has to do with typing. After you're done with typing now, then you can print it out as hard copy, or you leave it on your computer as soft copy.
Okay.
So yeah, so when somebody asks you now, what do you understand by word processing? Don't tell the person you don't know. Now you know, right?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so now let's continue. Now it says here, okay, we said this already, that mainframes are big and they are powerful with large storage capacity. They also have very powerful CPU. Okay, so now there's something also called a supercomputer. Okay,
Okay.
now supercomputers in the term, all right, is the term used for the most powerful computer available at any time.
Is the term used?
For the most powerful computer.
Okay.
Yes, the term used for the most powerful computer available at any time. Are we good?
Okay. Yes, sir.
They are very fast in processing data. They are very fast. So because of how fast they are, all right, they are also referred to as number crunching applications.
Number
Crunching,
what?
crunching, CRUNCING.
CR
UN
UN C
CHING.
crunching. Okay.
Yes.
Number
Application.
application. Okay.
This number crunching application we are talking about, they are very special, all right, tailored, fast processors. Now, this application requires what we refer to as a tremendous number of arithmetic calculations to be carried out. Now, that number crunching application we are talking about are applications that carries out a lot of arithmetic calculations, and it does it in a very fast manner.
Okay.
So these supercomputers, what you just need to know, the all and sundry of it is that they are categories of computer that we use the term, all right, the most powerful computer available at any time. Unlike the mainframe that carries like hundreds of users, this supercomputer can carry more than 100, can carry more than 1,000, can carry more than millions, can carry more than trillions operation per second. That's why they are called supercomputer. And the term the most powerful computer available at any time. So you can imagine a computer that can carry, a computer that can carry out trillions, not 100 though, not 1,000, not million, but trillions, million in 3 places. It can carry out trillions of operations, not per minute though, per second, like 1 second like this. Not to, you know that in 1 minute we have 60 seconds.
Yes,
We're
sir.
not talking about carrying these activities in 1 minute though. We are talking about carrying these trillions of operations in a second. This is how fast, powerful, and effective they are. They are known as supercomputers. Okay? And a very good example. What did you say, ma?
And it's ready to work anytime.
Yes, but they don't come by easily.
Okay.
They don't come by easily. You don't see these computers in just and you don't see them anyhow. Like they are not available like all these our normal computers because of their capacity.
Okay.
So now, a very good example of this supercomputer is the Cray. Okay? Cray. It says Cray is perhaps the most well-known supercomputer. And it is named after the person that designed it. The name of the person is called Seymour Cray. Did you get that spelling? Seymour Cray.
S-A.
S-E.
Okay.
S-E-Y. M-O-U-R.
S-E-Y.
M-O-U-R.
Seymour Cray. Okay, sir.
So now, this is what I'm going to call a wrap for today. So in our next class, we'll take it off from the microcomputers. There is still something we need to talk about on the microcomputers. So thank you very much, Mrs. Happiness. Let's make it the same time tomorrow. Your classes continues tomorrow. All right? So please remind me, like I said, so I can send you the keynotes and I can also send you the recorded classes. Do have a wonderful evening, and
Thank you.
bye for now, ma.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome. Good night.
Yes, sir.